everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Bengals going up against the Patriots. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 6 matchup.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium, here in Foxborough. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And his first carry, he loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. Second down here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. From midfield here, Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And a right side completion here by LaFell. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Dalton throwing on second down. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the offense trots out onto the field.
And A.J. Green is an absolute playmaker on the perimeter for his team.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Dalton off play action. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Malcolm Butler's rise to fame culminated with a fantastic play in the Super Bowl, but what a tremendous success story. Totally off the radar, has turned himself into an NFL starter.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Brady now on 1st down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
Hill, the lone setback. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, these two guys, Dalton and Green, they've hooked up on some big plays since coming in as rookies together back in 2011. But sometimes Andy can rely on him just a little bit too heavily. And this is a ball he probably shouldn't have thrown.
To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. Another stiff arm.
Boy, that's effective, isn't it?
Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. They get 31 yards that time. And it'll be 1st down, New England.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. We've got a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, Geno Atkins, with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, Dalton. And complete into the arms of LaFell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And Dalton hands to Hill. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Third down now following the completed pass. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play clock winding down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Here's Dalton. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Fresh set of downs here. Dalton, 1st and 10. And a right side completion here by LaFell. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Play action here with Dalton. Points the target, and he has it over the middle. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. It's second down. Dalton looking. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And Novak's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So 2 first-half field goals now for a guy who, and you hate to give him the tag a journeyman, but it's fair to say, Charles, he's been around in his career.
Yeah, it's more have leg will travel for him. He is a guy that's bounced around a bit, but he can still stroke him when called upon, just as he did right there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Backing up. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. He's got time. His throw caught at about the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Hey, that's good. Wait, 20.
The final shot before half for Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Cooks as time expires in the first half. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out come the Patriots. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there, and it's 3rd down.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
Looking deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see that sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. First down, Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Now Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On second down, here's Brady. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now it's 2nd and 7. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They've become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Allen Branch in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
380, zebra. Watch quit.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And that is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's 2nd down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This is Lewis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also... Now Lewis. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Again, it's Lewis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Watch left, watch left.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. On play action. Now Brady. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks with a career-high 4-touchdown game, and the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
And the hard count got the defense there, encroachment, and the 5-yard penalty. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Hill, the lone setback. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And a right side completion here by LaFell. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And now a first down following that long gain. Here's Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd down now after the incompletion. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
35! Safety creep! Play 20! Play 20!
Back near his goal line. Here's Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Brady going to throw here. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Partner, I don't care how long he plays. Anytime there's a fumble involving Tom Brady.
You think the Raiders are involved?
You think the Raiders are involved, you think it's snowing, and immediately you hear the words, Tuck Rule. And now the Tuck Rule doesn't exist anymore, but that always comes back up with Tom Brady, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Even here, even now. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Let's see what Dalton can do after the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's Cohen. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. They slot Gronkowski outright. On play action, it's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They send Green to the left on his own. Dalton throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton finding time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He'll take it at the 42. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you bet. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
So they're going to go for 2. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, in this one...